Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us. K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
What's going on, everybody? Crispy Bacon here, and welcome to Between the Ropes here on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I'm here with Dragon Viper. How you doing, Dragon Viper?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Went to watch Raw last night in Portland, and it was awesome. My first event ever live, so I'm doing really good today.
That's good. And we're going to have a couple other people here join us, hopefully, to talk about the latest news and rumors around the WWE and maybe other promotions that kind of tie into WWE. But you said you went to Raw. How was that for last night?
Oh, it was incredible. I mean, yeah, first time ever at Raw. I mean, you had a lot of people there. I mean, I didn't expect so many people, but I guess I mean, you're centralized in Portland, and you've got a lot of people that love the show. So I didn't expect it, but I did. On the other hand, it's incredible. If anybody is watching this, and I suggest at least make it one time to go see it live. So I know I mentioned to a few people that I was going to go, and they were kind of jealous. So they kind of want I told them maybe next time we'll go in a group or something. So, but it was an incredible feeling. Got to watch it there. I don't know. It was incredible. It's hard to explain, but I mean,
Right.
seeing what they do, when commercials come on or they take breaks, and yeah, so I want to go to it more. So I'm glad to have gone.
If you were able to go to I guess premium live event, but pay-per-view, which one would you go to?
Honestly, I would go to any of them. Some people. I mean, it would be nice to go to the big four. WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, or Survivor Series. But I wouldn't mind going to any of them, because that's I like watching them live. So
Right.
any of them would do.
Any of them would do. I wouldn't mind going to one of them either. Even if it was one of the smaller ones or one of the big four, it'd be probably a special moment.
Yeah,
and
it
speaking of
definitely.
special moments, I think that Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber, and along with Mania, I think those are going to be three special pay-per-views coming up. Because over on SmackDown to end the week last week, we had Orton, AJ Styles, and
LA Knight.
LA Knight battling a triple threat match to see who would face Roman. But then things got changed around. Now it's going to be a four-way match at Royal Rumble. So, what do you think of all of that?
Well, I think it's kind of funny because you have a three-way for the number one contendership for Roman's title, and then no surprise, Roman has to get involved, and they made it a four-way, and I think it's kind of funny. I had discussed it with Ace on the way up to Portland, and he had mentioned about how we think that I don't know if he's changed his mind or not, but me personally, I think LA Knight will be pinned. If they're really not wanting to take this belt off of Roman until WrestleMania, I think that Roman will end up pinning LA Knight, because I don't see him pinning Orton, especially with how his comeback has affected his popularity, made him better. And I don't see him pinning AJ Styles. So I actually do see him pinning LA Knight. And that should be an interesting match. But again, if they really don't want to take the belt off of him, at least WrestleMania, I do see Roman pinning LA Knight.
Christy, what do you think of the triple threat that is going to lead into a 4-way?
Fatal 4-way?
Yeah.
I'm interested, but like Dragon Viper said, there is a high possibility Roman will probably pin LA Knight. Other than that, I don't know. I just know Roman's gonna win, and I just can't get excited for something like that. I just can't.
Well, Roman doesn't, like Dragon Viper said, he doesn't technically have to win.
No, he doesn't technically have to. He doesn't have to be pinned. The other three can fight each other for all they want, or they can beat the crap out of him.
Right.
But I just don't see them taking the belt off of Roman until WrestleMania. Yeah.
That's kind of how I'm looking at it.
Yeah. And then if Cody beats Roman, then you can have this storyline between Cody and Randy Orton leading up to, I'm guessing SummerSlam would be a good bet there, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It's just
then,
what I had up here.
And then we had, I guess, leading into Elimination Chamber. It depends on how they're going to set that up, but Brock versus Roman.
Main event, no title on the line.
But will Cody be involved, kind of?
Well, my guess is that's the rumor. I think Cody will win. I'm thinking he will win an Elimination Chamber match to win the right to face Roman at WrestleMania. And I think Roman versus Rock should be for bragging rights, no title. And if you really want to hype up Elimination Chamber, this is going to be in Australia. There's going to be a huge time difference. Most of us are going to be in bed. And if you really wanted to get us to wake up, make it the main event. Make it the main event.
Yeah, it'll be a most likely main event. Dragon Viper.
I think so too.
Yeah. I think that I think the same way. It may set it up for Roman versus Cody. I mean, at WrestleMania, if for some reason The Rock does end up facing Roman, again, Christy mentioned it. No title on the line, bragging rights, because honestly, The Rock should be the head of the table. If anybody needs to be a head of a table in that family, it needs to be The Rock.
If it wasn't for him, where would the Anawahi family really be anyway?
Exactly. So, I would like to see The Rock versus Roman, no title on the line, even though I want the title off Roman. I don't see that happening, and it wouldn't. The Rock doesn't need the title anyway.
No.
So, just bragging rights for over the family, and I would like to see that. And then again, it's like I said, I'd want to see Roman versus Cody at WrestleMania. I mean, it's one thing to see Cody on TV, but when I went and saw Raw last night and I saw Cody live, I actually think it's you could see him do a little bit better in a live arena than you do on TV. So
true. I mean, he's super popular at house shows. I've seen pictures and videos from fans on social media. He's very interactive with the fans. He's eager to he's happy to take pictures, that sort of thing. He's very accessible.
Well, he was very
and so likable too. Yeah.
Sorry to bring this up, but yeah, he was very very talkative with the fans after the show had even ended, and so I mean, making jokes and everything else before before everybody had to leave. So yeah, he's actually a really, really nice guy, and you could feel the electricity. You could feel how popular he is when you're sitting there and you've got all these thousands of people standing up, cheering for him and everything. So
they love him. The fans just love him.
yeah,
They do it. And even I think before yesterday's Raw, I think I saw something where he was going to be at a fan's wedding as the best man or something like that.
Someone had a sign that said Cody be the best man. He posed for a picture with the fan and the sign.
Wow.
It was so cool though.
But yeah, I mean they need a champion.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Seth Rollins, they need a champion that is not a heel.
Right.
Jinder Mahal.
And the best what?
No.
Jinder Mahal.
Oh no.
Not that loser.
No, not
that
him.
guy.
But anyway,
Not him.
No, they need a champion that's a face that is one of the most popular faces of this era.
Yeah.
And who better than Cody Rhodes?
You could give him a chance, and I think he can be a great champion as a face. So
yeah.
We can be briefly on this, but what do you think of Jinder Mahal getting the push? I know he's not going to win.
No, I know.
We know that, but what do you think, Christy?
How is he still in the business?
I don't know how he's still in No, I know he was doing some manager stuff in NXT with the tag team, but I don't know why he's still there. Well,
he's been there since like 2012, I think.
Yeah, and he was champion in 2017, and his reign was so terrible. I mean, they had AJ Styles beat him in England, of all places, for that championship.
At a live event.
At a live SmackDown.
And they showed it.
And it was taped. They showed it here in the States because of the time difference. I mean, jeez.
Yeah,
but Jinder Mahal, never been a fan of his. Never liked that modern day Maharaja gimmick. I just thought it was ridiculous.
Dragon Viper.
I think it's ridiculous. He doesn't even need to be there.
No.
Can he go destroy like AEW or something?
Keep him away from AEW. I don't want him anywhere near there.
Or TNA.
Send him to NWA.
There you go.
Have him be Billy Corgan's headache.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's just do it that way.
I don't think Jinder Mahal needs to be there. I think he's a useless wrestler. He's useless on the mic. I mean, okay, I lied. He's a little better on the mic, but
he's okay.
His wrestling is terrible. His championship reign when he was champion was terrible. He needs to just go away. They need to release him. They've been releasing some good people, but he's terrible.
Hello.
They need to actually release him for good.
Yes, let him go and tell him to go away. Go away.
But one thing,
Jinder Mahal, go away.
But the one thing he did do good, I guess, was when they're teasing The Rock, but they didn't say it.
Yeah.
They said a former champion. And he
came
out. The crowd
was good.
Shut up. It's like,
Oh god.
they just shut their mouth.
The booze. They booed him.
Well,
not as bad as they booed our
Dominic.
friend of the show. Yeah, Dominic Mysterio. Yeah.
Did Dominic Mysterio speak last night? I don't remember.
Tried to. I don't think I
did. Dominic what?
Speak. Yeah.
I don't. All right, no, he didn't. He didn't talk. Or try to talk. But he was still getting booed like crazy.
Because all he has to do is show up, and the next thing you know, the boo birds are out after him. So.
Yeah.
The heat he's getting is insane.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
And then, it's like I said, he's getting booed so bad that it's almost like when Roman beat The Undertaker at a WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
And he got booed so bad. I don't think I've ever recalled anybody else getting booed that bad since him.
And he was only able to... and Roman was only able to mutter one sentence. This is my yard now. And they're all like, shut up!
Yep.
Like that.
Foul language and everything. So
everything. Oh, I thought the next thing that was going to get thrown out was beer bottles, empty containers where people were eating chips or something like that. They were Like throw him at him, say, "Get out of the ring."
Yeah.
Boo birds. That's the best word I can use. That's the best term I could use to describe anyone who boos anybody. Is just call them a boo bird.
It would be funny if just for one time, Roman did one of his old, like promo catchphrases, and he'd be like, "Remember, I said I was the guy. I'm the guy."
Acknowledge me.
Something like that.
I'm the guy.
No,
I'm the
yeah,
guy. Acknowledge me. Just
right. Kind of mix
together.
2 promo catchphrases to. I don't know.
Oh God, I don't know.
He should just not talk.
Well, or just don't talk while you're attacking somebody. It's like, now you listen to me.
So,
That's my house. No, I'm just kidding.
do you think there's going to be a I guess a rivalry between Kaiser and Gunther?
Maybe.
Because I think Kaiser's kind of going extreme. We'll just say
I think so.
I
after what
noticed
he
that.
did with Kofi.
Yes. Yeah, he tried to kill Kofi last
Yeah.
night on Raw, and I'm like, all right, let's all have a moment of silence for Kofi Kingston. He's about to die.
You look like it. Yeah.
There's really sad boo birds.
No, he
Dragon
did
Viper
it.
Woody.
Poor Kofi. He got brutalized in that match with Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he really got beat down.
Oh God, he did. I felt so bad for him.
But I don't know. I mean, that's too early to tell if there's actually going to be something between those two. And then we have Callan. But anyway,
I
don't.
Yep.
I don't know if there's actually going to be something between Gunther and Kaiser when it comes to a rivalry. I don't know.
I mean, they're teasing it, but I don't know if they're going to go full. Go right
I think
ahead
there
with
could.
it.
I think there could be something in August with the
I think so.
the Berlin pay-per-view.
Oh, in Germany,
Because aren't they like
which one is that?
It's like in
I think
August.
they might be.
Bash
Yeah, I
in
think so.
Berlin.
Or something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. So
I
now
think
we got Elimination Chamber in Australia. You got Backlash in France. You got Money in the Bank up in Toronto in Canada. I'm trying to think. Is it SummerSlam or is it something else?
I think
Germany.
Bash in Berlin.
I'm thinking. I don't know for sure.
Which
I know
that
Triple H
special
did not.
announcement-
I know Triple H did not announce where SummerSlam was going to be. I'm sure they're still working that out.
Yeah. But it should be interesting.
Yeah, it should be.
And as we head to we're not heading to the Royal Rumble. I wish we were, but as we get to the Royal Rumble, some participants have been named. On the men's side, you have Cody, CM Punk, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Lashley, who's the only SmackDown superstar on the men's side, and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Out of those, I think 5 participants on the men's side.
6.
Who's the 6?
I counted. You said Seth. Oh, you said no, not
No,
Seth.
I said Cody.
Cody.
CM Punk.
Yep.
Shinsuke.
Got it.
Bobby and Drew.
All right, so that's 5. Well, I don't know why I counted 6.
But who do you think has the best chance at right now, to win?
Punk.
I think Punk. Dragon Viper.
The way things are looking right now, I'd have to say Punk. I don't want it to happen, but that's just generally how it goes. But I'm gonna have to go with Punk.
Yeah, I'm going with Punk too. It's the only, I guess, logical choice.
Yeah, you already had Cody. You had Cody win it last year.
Yeah, and then on the women's side, we only have 4: Bayley, Nia Jax, Becky, and Bianca.
4.
Who has a chance?
I know everyone's going Bailey. They want her to face Io for the title. I don't think I'm gonna say have Becky make history again, become the first woman to win the Royal Rumble twice, and then she can say, "Rhea, you're mine."
Dragon Viper.
Oh man, I know I'm wrong on this, and it's not going to happen, but I'm saying it anyways. I'm going to say Nia.
Ugh.
Exactly.
After she hit Becky in the face where she's bleeding from the mouth.
Yeah.
God damn, that woman makes me nervous every time she steps in the ring against anybody. I'm like, please, for the love of God, don't hurt anybody.
Well,
No
but
punch, no punching and no dropping your fat butt on somebody's rib cage and trying to break their ribs. Do you know?
Well, see, okay, so here's the thing about Nia though, that I didn't know until previously. She's losing a lot of weight, and it's because she's on a regimen that Charlotte Flair is on, and so Charlotte Flair is helping her out. So she's losing weight, which means she loses, all that heaviness, which is going to hopefully not hurt people.
True.
And so
still makes me nervous though.
I mean I get it, but I have to go for her.
Yeah.
But if you remember her promo last night with Cole, she's eyeing Rhea Ripley.
Right, and then Rhea came out.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, she's the only one that really called her shot.
Right.
Well, then you have Damian Priest in the background telling Rhea, stop picking a fight with Nia.
Right.
So
they did have one segment a few weeks back. It kind of teased Becky versus Rhea because they had a segment where they're like face to face, nose to nose, just glaring at each other. So I'm like, is this an indication of what could potentially happen?
I think so.
You never know.
I think as of right now, you still have I think you have Nia Jax winning. Anybody you think could return? It could be an old superstar, current superstar. Who do you think is going to return? The surprise return.
I'm putting your shades on right now. The Sasha Banks right here.
Think Sasha?
There, I gotta put my no. As much as I know some people out there would love to see her come back, there is the possibility she could debut on AEW Dynamite tomorrow night. We'll see what happens. They've already had one big name free agent show up, and that was Deonna Purrazzo last Wednesday.
Yeah, I saw that.
And this is AEW's anniversary show because they started in January 2019. It's a 5th year anniversary, so this show's big in Jacksonville. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, 5 years. I know. It's weird. It was an all-in, a pay-per-view called All In, and it started the whole thing to where now we have an alternative.
Yeah. The alternative.
WCW 2.0.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Dragon Viper, who do you think?
Well, this guy was a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah, he was.
Yep.
Who do you think could return?
I say Sunny. No, just kidding.
Yeah, let's just bust her out of prison and have her come back.
Yeah. Wow. Who do I think is a return? And we're just talking about the female side.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to say, wow. We'll say Trish Stratus again.
That'd be nice.
Trish Stratus will lead us.
I've heard Trish Stratus's name kind of float around.
Mm-hmm.
Not confirmed, but just floating.
Yeah.
I've heard Liv Morgan.
Her too.
I've heard
Alexa Bliss.
But she just
I've
had a
heard
baby
her.
like a couple of months ago, so
I-
she's not ready to come back.
Well, I'm throwing something
never
out
know.
there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
WWE is partnering with Stardom, so
An
they're thinking
all-female
of
women's promotion in Japan.
they're thinking of one of those wrestlers are gonna, be
I know
like
of one.
like their contract's not up, but they'll
Mhm.
just appear, and then a few
Right.
months later their contract will end and they'll appear
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, I've heard one name in particular associated with Stardom. Her name is Julia, and she's very popular.
She is.
So that's the first person I'm thinking of who could debut at the Rumble. And I think she has competed for Stardom. So
I've never heard of it.
oh, it's a all women's wrestling promotion in Japan. They work with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah. Julia is been getting a lot of attention. She was even the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Champion. I don't know who currently holds the belt now. I haven't seen. I don't know who does.
And there's a lot of talks. WWE partnering with New Japan.
I've heard that, but that's been talked about a lot, and nothing really comes out of it.
Right.
I know New Japan has undergone a little bit of change in the front office with Hiroshi Tanahashi, nicknamed the Ace, getting a big promotion in the company, becoming the company's president, and now he's holding a title belt.
There's
Yikes.
even rumors of a partnership with TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Being
What?
that they,
I mean, I could get TNA Impact.
Yeah.
AEW had a working partnership with
Ring of
Impact.
Honor.
Yeah,
they
Tony
still,
Khan owns Ring of Honor. He owns Ring of Honor, but no, TNA. The AEW worked with TNA for a little bit, and I think that might be where WWE got the idea. Oh, maybe we should work with them. That sounds like
and the
like
reason
a good
why
idea.
And the reason why that could happen is because TNA, instead of calling them pay-per-views,
Premium
now
live
calling them-
events.
Yep.
Sorry.
So that's one rumor. That's how it could happen.
It's like, stop it.
And there's also rumor of Naomi or Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to WWE.
That depends on if she loses that TNA Wrestling Knockouts Championship at their Hard to Kill pay-per-view coming up, I think this month.
I think this week.
This week, yeah. It depends on if she retains that. If she loses it, then that's a sign she's going back. If she retains it, then that probably means she's probably going to stick and stay for a little longer.
But if say they have the partnership, you don't technically have to drop it.
No, you don't have to drop it. It's like Naomi could do what Mickie James did. Like Trinity could walk into the Royal Rumble with the Knockouts Championship belt and her entrance theme, like Mickie did.
Mm-hmm.
That would be exactly. That would honestly be something.
It would. Mm-hmm. Or would you use her old theme?
I kind of like her new one a little bit better. It sounds more fun, more catchy.
So what about Daniel Bryan?
AEW.
He's staying in AEW.
He's going to retire in AEW and then probably move to maybe a backstage role.
Yeah,
like producing. Or I've heard he did booking for an episode. I think it was Rampage or Collision, and he booked a lot of luchador wrestlers, and they put on a hell of a show.
Wow.
It's because Bryan Danielson was like, okay, let's book this one. It's kind of crazy.
I believe that.
Oh, luchador wrestling.
Yeah, luchadors. Yeah. He had luchadors coming in from Mexico to compete on cool. AEW television, which was fun to watch.
Right.
You see these guys flying around, and it's and you see the cool masks and everything. It's a lot of fun.
WWE Raw could be on Prime.
I've heard that, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that would suck on many levels.
Especially those who don't have Prime Video subscriptions.
Like me.
Right.
I know my mom doesn't either, so
They should
go ahead.
They should just go to Peacock. If you're going to do a streaming, just do Peacock.
Not everyone has Peacock either. Especially with the news lately,
True.
there have been people have been dropping their streaming subscriptions like crazy due to high prices going up.
yes.
Someone was just like, "No, I don't want to watch Netflix. It costs too much money. I don't want to watch Prime Video. That costs too much money. Screw Peacock. That costs too much money.
Yeah,
Right,
with
I mean, if
Hulu,
you
that
already-
costs too much money."
But if you already have like WWE on there with all their streaming and stuff, why not just keep it there?
Yeah. Oh, that's my main reason
Instead
for
of
having
having
Peacock
multiple
anyways.
streamings.
Right. I mean, that's the only reason I have Peacock anyways for WWE Premium Live Event pay-per-views.
Right.
I almost said
So if you
Premium
have
Live
all-
Event, and I don't like calling them that.
I don't
So if
either.
you have all their content and you move the WWE Network library over there,
I think
why
they
not just?
have.
And you have what I think it's Next Level Up streaming there.
Premium, I think if you get premium, you do get some ads. If you get, I think, Premium Plus, you get no ads.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I do premium because that's more within the price range, more of what I want to pay for my own subscription than go higher up. I feel like me personally, I feel like I spend enough in streaming subscriptions anyway. So I don't need to spend any more.
Well, it's like me. I used to have a whole bunch of TV, movie, streaming services, and I had to cut back on a lot of them because the prices just keep going up, and I can't afford it. So,
yep,
right.
I will always have Peacock.
Absolutely. I mean, I have Hulu. If you want to watch something like WWE Main Event, you can check that out on Hulu if you want.
Yeah,
I don't really watch it anymore anyway.
I haven't seen it. I mean, I've seen the older episodes, but I mean, as far as like live and.
Hey,
well, they actually, I found this out when I used to be in the Thunderdome a couple of years ago, that they tape Main Event before they start taping Monday Night Raw. So that's how that all works.
That last night.
Yep. Kind of funny how that works.
Yeah.
The rest of the show, they do like 2 matches and then they recap Raw and SmackDown afterwards.
And I think they did that for SmackDown too. They did 2 matches or so for.
It might have been dark matches. I don't know.
Or maybe it was a dark match. It had the logo
it
up. It
probably was. I don't know.
Yeah. Did anybody see Tony Khan's Twitter or tweet thread, whatever, today?
He's a savage. He got into a Twitter fight with Eric Bischoff.
Oh, jeez.
Bischoff has been. Oh,
what happened there?
Tony Khan is a savage. I will be honest. He is a savage. Bischoff has been talking crap about AEW since they had him come on, do an episode or 2, and that's it. And he's been bashing him ever since on his podcast. Well, I think he said something he wasn't supposed to, and Tony Khan went after him and started just firing comeback after comeback after comeback at him.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'm like, oh my god. I laughed at some of these tweets he was putting out there. I'm like, oh my god, you are really letting him have it.
I'm gonna look.
That's what he gets for talking crap.
I'm gonna look it up, but he had a. He was not happy.
Several good ones.
He was not happy with Jinder Mahal getting a title shot.
Well, I could see his point, though, because what has Jinder Mahal really done to earn that opportunity against Seth Rollins? Nothing. He just shows up on SmackDown just to get interrupted by The Rock.
Yeah.
Whereas you have someone like an AEW talent, like, say, Abaddon, a.k.a. the Living Dead Girl, compete, show up on TV, compete in a match, including a fatal 4-way to determine a TBS Championship #1 contender. She gets it and actually does a really nice job against the TBS champion at World's End, which happened at the end of last month.
So this was a fun exchange. I'll read it.
Was
no okay. the one I'm referring to is it says a double standard. Mentioning Hook, 28-1 career record on winning streak, calls out the champ.
Samoa
A
Joe.
logical challenge speaks online outrage. Jinder Mahal has literally lost every single match he's in for the past year.
Yeah.
Immediately gets title shot.
He's not wrong. He's
Where
not
is
wrong.
the rage? AEW
Where is the
Dynamite
rage?
tomorrow.
Yes, he's not lying. I mean, I smell no lies. He's not wrong. He's like I said, what has Jinder Mahal done to earn a championship title opportunity against Seth Rollins? Nothing.
Nothing.
Right. And yet AEW's had two people that were off TV for a while come back, compete in a couple of big matches, and they got title opportunities and did well against the champions they each went up against. So TK is not wrong on that at all. He's not wrong.
No, but
I think Bischoff is just talking because he likes to hear the sound of his own voice.
I think both of them do.
I think Bischoff more than TK. TK doesn't like to go in front of is not known for going in front of the camera with a microphone and being like a Vince McMahon type. It just isn't his thing.
No, I'm just talking about backstage. He likes to hear himself talk.
I'm like, how many Monster Energy drinks is he drinking backstage while he's like, okay, here. It's like, thank God, settle down, dude, please.
Yeah, I'm reading some
respect the hell out of him, but oh my God.
Yeah, I'm reading some of this stuff. It's crazy.
It's hilarious. It's funny.
Yeah. I think Tony Khan needs to keep some comments to himself, though.
It's true.
Run his promotion. Mm-hmm. Let Triple H run his.
Right.
And kind of leave it at that, I think.
Yeah, I get that. But, once he gets going, just don't try and stop him. He's going to keep going like this. Like the Energizer Bunny. He's going to keep going and going and going and going. I think he's just stretching himself so thin here with booking, producing, running this company, the shows and everything like that. It can get crazy.
It can. Mm-hmm. I was watching another, I guess, wrestling show or whatever, and they're kind of, how we do football predictions for the year. Mm-hmm. Let's do wrestling predictions.
Oh boy!
At the end of 2024, who's your Raw champion?
You World Heavyweight Champion?
Yeah.
It's not going to be Seth Rollins, that's for sure. I think he's going to lose the title because he needs to. He's hurt. He needs to recover his back. It's probably killing him every time he goes out and walks to the ring. Ugh. Who's the World Heavyweight Champion? Oh boy. I don't think it's going to be Damian Priest. Highly doubt it. Let's see.
I like Damian Priest. I don't think he'll make it far as the champion though.
No, he won't.
I don't see him as a head champion.
I mean, he could be the Intercontinental Champion. That is if he wants to cash that briefcase in on Gunther. It's an idea, but World Heavyweight Champion. It's just so hard to pick because we don't know the future of Drew McIntyre right now. As far as we know, I don't think he's signed a long-term deal. He hasn't. So the possibility of him going to AEW or TNA is very high, I think.
Well, especially because his contract was supposed to end this month, but he was out for 3 months, so it actually ends in April.
Yeah, so they tacked on 3 more months on his contract to kind of make up for the time that he missed when he was hurt.
So I don't think he's liking that very much, but he's
not.
As of I think the 2nd I saw it, 2nd of January, he still hasn't re-signed yet.
Okay.
I think it's probably going to be. I think at the end of the year, it's going to be CM Punk. I think.
Be right back.
Uh-huh. Who's your choice, Dragon Viper? Anybody but CM Punk, probably.
Oh, yeah. I don't
Dominic
see CM
Mysterio. I'm just kidding.
Punk. Rey Mysterio.
You think Rey Mysterio?
Wow. No. I think Ray's pretty much past his prime for being champion. I think he's just there to be there now and help the younger talent.
He signed a new contract.
I think if I'm supposed to make a prediction, I'm thinking of the popularity of some of these guys. And I know it has nothing to do really with popularity because look at Roman. He sucks. Everybody doesn't like him. And he's
everybody
still
does like him.
Okay, some people like him. I don't. But I want to say LA Knight.
LA
I
Knight?
don't like the guy, but I do see him. He could possibly, yeah. I don't like him, but I could see him as being the champion by the end of the year. No. I mean, yeah.
Okay, who's on the SmackDown side?
Cody.
Orton.
Orton.
I think Cody's undisputed Universal Champion by the end of the year.
I could see Orton actually winning it.
Maybe. Well, depends on how they book him. That's the main thing.
Do you think we'll have a new SmackDown general manager, and if so, who?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, unless Nick Aldis decides he wants to get into the ring. That's up to him. And then they're going to have to look for a new GM again.
Yeah, if they have a new GM on SmackDown, I think it's just because Nick wants to get in the ring. But he's already stated right now he's comfortable where he's at, that he doesn't feel like getting in the ring anytime soon. So
I could see a scenario where, because Orton RKO'd him, you put Atlas, in a competition role, competitor role,
right?
And you have William Regal.
William Regal? I don't know. You mean have William Regal take over as the SmackDown GM?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think he's going to be able to be on TV again because of his AEW contract. He agreed not to be on WWE TV until that expired.
Right. But whenever it does.
Yeah. I think it should be this year when it does.
You think we'll have new tag champs? Or do you think they'll be split up? And if they're split up, who gets what?
I say the tag titles are going to get split up. They've talked about splitting those tag titles up, but they haven't done anything yet. So it's one of those I'll believe it when I see it sort of things. So if they do not split it up, I'm probably going to go say the Creed brothers become tag team champions.
Ooh.
They really have that special. They have that something. I think that people really like. So
Dragon Viper,
and they add something to the tag team division that's been lacking for a long time.
That's true. Mm-hmm. What do you think, Dragon Viper?
I want to say that some twisted sense of humor at the end of the year. I'd say that just to be funny, they would put one of the three main members of Alpha Academy as tag champs. So two of them. So either Chad Gable Otis or Chad, one of the combinations of Akira Tozawa. But that's what I see. Just to be just for a gag, for funny.
Yeah, true. It will be funny if it does happen.
Well, and the thing
Thank
is
you.
and the thing is that I could kind of see it. There's starting to get over more and more, and but yet they could end up tag champs by the end of the year just because I think it would be hilarious, even though I don't like them very much. So I see one of the, unless they do what they call it, the Horsemen or
Four Horsemen.
Where they do the where they allow the entire group to be tag champs like they did with the New Day.
Oh, the Freebird rule.
The Freebird. Wrong group.
Freebird rule. It's okay.
But yeah, where they do the Freebird, where all three of them are tag champs, So
Gable, Otis,
well,
and
two of them will be, but they're in a stable. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what do you do with Mac? Yeah, and then the big question is, if you're going to do with Alpha Academy, what do you do with Maxine Dupree? She's the only female in there. She could go for a women's championship if possible, but I don't know if she's even ready for that yet.
I think you have other people like Jade Cargill's going to be there. Probably by the end of the year.
Contract, yeah.
Jade is under contract. She just has not debuted yet. I think they're doing it slowly so they don't rush anything. Make sure she's ready. So she could debut at the Rumble.
I mean, Zoe Stark and
that too.
All them. So, but I do see for the tag titles, I do see those three being tag champs.
Yeah.
I could see the Creed brothers winning, but I think what they should do if they are splitting it, not necessarily a tournament, but you have one match,
like single elimination type tournament, maybe.
Yeah, or two matches. The winner moves on to the finals. Like 4 teams. Winner of match 1 moves directly to the finals. Match 2 move on to the finals, and then at a pay-per-view, you say whoever wins it gets this title, and you do it for both brands, kind of.
Yeah. Yep. You could do it that way.
Not really tournament. You're just having
a mini tournament.
Yeah.
You do a mini tournament leading up to whatever pay-per-view you want to hold that final match at.
Kind of like what they did for when they kind of did the same thing back in 2000s. I don't know. I think
I know AEW did the Continental Classic, and they had a bunch of matches so good, and the tournament ended at World's End, and it was fantastic. So
I think Logan Paul needs to get rid of the title, and I think he will. I think he's going to lose the title.
He better.
He better. He's so annoying.
I think he's just a placeholder.
He is just a placeholder.
He has to be.
I mean,
but who
the question is, who do you have him lose it to? That's
Drew McIntyre?
I don't know. No.
Let me see who's in the finals.
Yeah.
I know it's Kevin Owens.
I think it's Kevin Owens.
It is. It's Kevin Owens.
It's KO. Yeah,
he's the number one contender.
He punched Logan Paul in the face.
So I think Kevin
got him
Owens
right in the eye.
Yeah.
KO wins it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I just don't know how long, but that's okay.
Yeah.
He's had it before a couple times.
Yeah. I think it was during his feud with Chris Jericho, I think. It's 2016 or 17. 2017.
I think it's 16, the Festival of Friendship kind of thing.
Oh, God. Destroyed the TV, and KO just looks at him and then just starts beating on him.
Which was worse, that friendship or Adam Cole and MJF?
I'd say Jericho and KO.
Yeah.
Adam Cole and MJF almost had me there until Mr. Cole decides to reveal himself as the devil. It was too blatant. It was too obvious. I wish I had figured it out, but AEW did a great job kind of disguising certain aspects to where you really it could have been anybody for that matter.
But the weird thing is, I just saw a picture one day. I saw a picture one day of them doing a backstage segment, and they had the devil's mask up,
Mm-hmm.
behind MJF and Adam Cole.
Yeah, because MJF had used that mask, and I think some of his entrances before in the past say you are not at the level of the devil, and he would wear a devil mask. So they made it look like Adam Cole stole the mask, started masquerading as the devil, got some hired hands, including his buddy Roderick Strong, to attack anyone like Switchblade Jay White, attack MJF himself with a bottle, beat up Samoa Joe, that sort of thing.
So Dragon Viper,
it was pretty intriguing.
I got a question, Dragon Viper, about the Bella Twins.
John.
Oh.
It's because they no longer are with WWE. They stopped because yeah.
Nikki is hosting the USA Network show Barmageddon, and she's great at it.
She is.
Bree's being a wife and mom.
Yep.
I think I know, or I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I think I know who will be the host for Elimination Chamber.
Who?
Iconics. Makes sense.
That does make sense, but you could have. I'm trying to think of someone from Australia who's like a legendary WWE superstar. I can't think of one right now. Because some of the best ones, like one in particular, Rhea Ripley, is holding a championship right now.
I think she's going to have an Elimination Chamber match.
She probably will.
Main event.
One of the main events.
Well, actually, it'll start the pay-per-view. I was going to say show, but...
something like that.
I don't have anything else, so if anybody...
I do.
What?
What do you think of this new WWE faction featuring Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain, with their former manager Paul Ellering and Karrion Kross's real-life wife Scarlett a part of it too? Excuse me.
This should be interesting.
I think so.
Because honestly, I don't think Karrion Kross even needed bodyguards or a faction with AOP, because AOP is pretty strong. And Karrion Kross is strong himself. So it with all three of them being like really strong and powerful, it should be interesting. It's going to be tough to beat them.
Yeah.
It will.
I mean, they can. I mean, Authors of Pain can shine and Karrion Kross can shine, but I think just the idea of them together is pretty intriguing, and you have to. I think they have a faction name or something. I think WWE filed a trademark on it or something. Like, what was it? I'm trying to think of the name. I saw it on Twitter. Well, it'll come to me later.
Yeah,
but it should be. It's just so interesting to I'm just eager to see what this faction with these guys is going to be like. It should be interesting.
The faction's name is Final Testament.
That's the one I was thinking of. I was like, what's the name? Come on. Because that Karrion Kross is like one of his things is Fall and Pray, TikTok. So I'm like, Final Testament, that makes sense.
I don't think it'll be TikTok.
Name. No, it's not going to be TikTok.
No,
there's an app called TikTok.
Wait, there is? I'm just kidding.
But yes, it is Final Testament, so it should be a Final Testament to see how well these guys do together. If they're good enough alone, they can destroy together.
Yeah, and then the next thing you know, you're going to find Final Testament T-shirts on WWEshop.com.
Yep.
You're
They're probably already starting printing them up right now.
Oh, exactly.
That would be interesting. But I mean, even though Karrion Kross has lost many matches, it does have a purpose.
I mean, he's really, really good in the ring. Really good. And so are Authors of Pain. I mean, I think they were NXT Tag Team Champions. They were pretty unstoppable in NXT.
Well, look, they were unstoppable when they were bodyguards for Seth Rollins before they ended up leaving. So
yeah, they left for a bit, and they've been back for a while. They just needed something.
Yep.
They really needed something, and this might be what puts them over the top on the main roster.
They've been signed for a year or more.
Well, the main thought that they were going to do was CM Punk. They were going to be CM Punk's bodyguards.
Oh,
that was the original plan when CM Punk came back.
Mm-hmm.
And then
sounds like Karrion Kross pitched this idea, and they went for it. And they're like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah. But it should be interesting on the road to the Rumble and all that.
Yep.
Before we head out, any final thoughts? Dragon Viper, we'll start with you.
My final thoughts for the evening. Can't wait for the Rumble. And I hope everybody has a good night and watch Coast to Coast Entertainment Network to see what shows are coming up.
Christy?
Just thank you to everyone watching the show, and it's going to be interesting 2 weeks leading to the Rumble, as well as everything going on with AEW. We'll see what happens on that, and I hope everyone has a great evening.
Yes, thanks everyone for watching and tuning in. Stay with Coast to Coast. A lot of great stuff happening with the network. A couple new sponsors. I'll get to those, next time or next show. If you want to support the network, you can send us stars. That will help the network keep creating content and stay on here. So if you could do that, that'd be great. And with that, we'll see you guys next week for another Between the Ropes. And have a great week.
Good night.